Hey guys, my name is Sully and today I'm going to be sharing what I think the good, the bad and the ugly things are about the Trading 212 app. So as a beginner myself, I do believe it's important for beginners to have an app that will, help them and guide them, and that is very simple to use to begin your trading journey. So the Trading 212 app is a very good app in my opinion, but I'm just going to go through all the little details, quickly, just so you guys know what the good, the bad and ugly things are before you do start your journey, and to actually realize if you're going to commit to using this app or if you're going to use another app, for example. So as you see throughout this video, you're going to notice that there are a lot more good things about the Trading 212 app than the bad, and of course than the ugly things, because the app is really good, as I said already. But one good thing that I will mention from the get-go is that the Trading 212 app is simplified and it's very easy to use. It's extremely easy to use. Some people do not like this, but in my opinion, for beginners, it's extremely simple to use, simply because the layout is there. It helps you, guides you, shows you what what stocks you do invest into, what are the bad stocks that are performing. It shows you what dividend stocks are there. It literally gives you everything on a plate for you to use. So I do believe, in terms of simplicity, the Trading 212 app is one of the top out there for people to use. Now, the second most important thing is obviously the fact that the Trading 212 app is commission free, meaning that you can invest for free, you can put money in, you can sell and buy stocks for free. Every single thing is pretty much free. They do make their money in other ways, which I will go into later down the video, but mostly, things that beginners will need to do is free. That just saves you, or gives you the peace of mind to know that you can do anything on the app without losing money. You don't want to have to invest and lose money just to invest money. Do you get what I mean? So the Trading 212 app is pretty much free in every single way possible. Also, another good thing is that you're also covered up to £85,000 by the FCA. So this is also a peace of mind for you to know. So this just means that when you do invest your money is kept separately from the money, from the funds of the actual platform. So this just means that you're protected up to £85,000. So if you do have enough money and you've gone above this, then I will recommend putting your other amount of money into a different platform, just so you're secured. Now, another thing that the Trading 212 app does offer is that you have every single platform to use. So what this means is that you do have your CFDs, you do have your ISA, and you have your general investing platform. So this is really good, simply because if you're a beginner and you do begin with a general account and a basic account, if you do gain enough experience and you do believe that you want a bit more of a challenge, then you can actually move on to your CFD account very easily. You literally have to click a button and you're straight onto that account. So this provides a bit of challenge for those who actually really know the market. Of course, this area is mostly complicated, and I will recommend that you do a lot of research before actually getting into this area, just because you can lose a lot of money just as much as you can gain a lot of money. You also have your general ISA, so it's just like other ISAs out there. You put money in and you can put up to like about £20,000, and you do gain money over time, and this way you can actually become very wealthy easily on the exact same platform. So this way you can almost do 3 different investments on the same platform, so that way everything is in one area, and it's easier to monitor your investments and how your money is moving in and out. Now, for probably the top thing that Trading 212 actually markets and says a lot is that they really focus on fractional shares. So this is one thing that actually pulled me to the Trading 212 app, because fractional shares was a big thing and is a big thing for beginners, simply because you don't really have £200 or £300 to put straight into any stocks as a beginner. You really want to test the waters. You don't want to fully commit into any stock. So with fractional shares, they simply provided the option to invest £10 into a stock, to invest £20, £30, and that way eventually you can work towards buying a full share of that stock. So fractional shares is simply something that I believe most investing platforms should have, and Trading 212 has really offered that and has made it very simple to do. It's easy to buy 0.5 of a share, and it's easy to sell that 0.5 of that same share very quickly in a matter of like 10 seconds. So recently the Trading 212 platform also added pies into the platform. This is one that I wasn't really expecting, and I wasn't really sure what it's about and what it does, but pies is also a great bonus. I don't really use it myself, though I'm a beginner. I don't really use it myself, simply because I prefer the challenge of investing into individual stocks and doing research on individual stocks. But they do have the option for pies, which means that you can easily invest into a handful of stocks, let's say 5, 10, invest into them, have it all automated, your money gets invested automatically, everything happens all by itself without you monitoring it. This is good for those who don't really want to do too much work into the investment. They do want to invest, but they don't really want to do too much. So that way you can set up your pies, you can put your money into it, and everything just works for you. So one good thing that this actually brought is the little community that I brought with it, simply because now we have people who share their pies, people who put pies together, who try to actually make like challenging pies and stuff, and actually share this, and you can pretty much copy the exact same pie. So this is one thing that's really good, simply because it even gave me some ideas. So there were some stocks that I didn't really notice, so I was able to see what other dividend investors are invested into. I was able to do research on these stocks to find out if I want to invest in them. So yeah, so now there's this community that, you know, Trading 212 basically brought now, which is really good. They didn't have this earlier, but now they do have this small community of investors who like to share their ideas. So pies is one thing that can be useful for ideas and for those who just want to simplify their investing journey. So one great thing that I actually appreciate about the Trading 212 platform is that they have recurring deposits. So most platforms do have this, but the reason I say this is simply because theirs is a bit quicker. On other platforms, when I do attempt this, it takes a bit longer. Like, it's a bit more complicated. The money doesn't go in right away. Sometimes, you know, it takes 2 days. So the other day, I actually set up my recurring, you know, investments and everything on the FreeTrade app. And what happened was, this was all planned, this was all set, but the money didn't come for a while. So actually, it was quite funny because I put in £20, you know, set this up for like the first time, but the money didn't show up for a while. So it showed up, I think, a month later. So I don't actually know where that money went, don't know where it went, but eventually it came to my account anyway. So yeah, some platforms this is a bit more complex. Maybe I just experienced that, and you know, other people didn't. But the Trading 212 app is a bit quicker. The money gets into your account quickly, and everything's just set to go. Now, for the last few things that I believe is, you know, good for beginners is that they also offer a perfect testing account, a demo account. So this is how I began. So initially I worked with the £50,000 that they gave you. Of course, it's fake money, but I worked with that for about a year or so. I, you know, just tried to test the market, just see how the market works, just got confident with, you know, losing money, gaining money, seeing the plus and the ups and the downs. This is what I worked with just to get comfortable. And the Trading 212 platform made it very easy. You can easily switch from your demo account to your real account in a matter of seconds, just like that. It looks exactly the same. Of course, it's just a fake money and, you know, real money that you're working with. And in addition to that, they also offer free shares of up to £100. So this is a way to, you know, build a community of people who are sharing the platform and sharing, you know, their code with other people. So that way, as a beginner, you can also gain, you know, 1, 2, 3 shares here and there, depending on how many of your friends do join. But this is, you know, just a little bonus or a little incentive that actually allows people to, you know, gain free shares to begin. And it's free money. At the end of the day, you actually get this money, you get the share. You can either decide to sell or you can decide to hold it. And yeah, so that's a little bonus that the Trading 212 app does offer. You can get any share from £1 to £100. I haven't been too lucky, but some of my friends have been lucky. You know, some of my friends have got shares of worth up to like £60 and stuff, but all depends on your luck and all depends on, you know, opportunities. But it is a good incentive. Now, before I do carry on, if you have found any value in the video so far, then be sure to smash that like button. I really do appreciate it, and yeah, thanks for doing that. So now with the bad things. Okay, it's really not that bad, you know, something you can definitely live with. But one thing, although I've mentioned community already, one thing that Trading 212 doesn't really have is, you know, community. So when you check apps like eToro and stuff, they have like a community where you can actually freely chat with people, communicate. You know, there's all sorts of community that people can, you know, speak and stuff, like a full-on community. So some people do appreciate this. I don't really mind this, hence why I said it's not something game-breaking or, you know, something crazy. But some people will actually like a community where you can go through and find a whole community to, you know, talk to and all of that sort. So that's one thing that might be game breaking or that might be bad for some people, but that's a potential one anyway. Of course, they did introduce this slightly through the pies, but of course not exactly the same, if you get what I mean. But now for the second negative, I would say maybe the color scheme a little bit. Like, it is very simple to use, it is very clear, it's very detailed, everything. But I also use FreeTrade, and FreeTrade, I'll have to give FreeTrade a bonus in terms of this. FreeTrade looks very there's something about FreeTrade, I don't know, it just looks very pleasant to go on. You know, sometimes I go on it just to go on its sake, do you get what I mean? So yeah, in terms of the Trading 212, it is good, it's calm, everything's alright about it, but it can be better. Like, it just can be a bit better, a little buff, a little something to it. But yeah, that could be also another negative. But in terms of another, you know, major negative now, I would say it's still the aspect of putting money into the account. For some reason, it's a bit annoying. So recently they actually changed it, so initially I was able to set up a recurring deposit into the account every single week. Very nice and easy, no complications. I did it straight from the app. But now what they've done to some methods is that you get charged as, you know, you get charged just a little bit, but it's still a charge, it's still a fee. Do you get what I mean? You do have it free up to £1,000, but after that I think you get charged like 0.02% or something along that line. But now there's a more complicated method, which means that now they give you some details and you now have to go to your bank and tap those details in and fill in all the shenanigans, and then they link it somehow, some way. Then you actually have to go on your laptop to set the deposit to that sort code and number and everything like that for it to work. So it's a bit more of a pain, you know, it's a bit annoying to do. There's a bit of risk because it's like if you tapped in maybe some wrong numbers, the money can go to some random account. But eventually I was able to establish this. It was a bit of a pain to do, a bit of a pain to set up, but it is still decent. It's still better than some other apps out there. But yeah, it worked, it was alright, it's nothing too crazy. But thank God it's a one-time thing. As soon as you do it and you know you've got it sorted, it is fine after that. Another bad thing would just be the lack of copy trading, or you know, being able to copy other people's platforms and other people's portfolios. Sometimes I do want to share my whole portfolio with some people. I literally copy and paste it and give it to them, and they can literally buy every single thing I have and basically link their accounts together. Trading212 doesn't actually offer this, which is a bit of a bummer. It's a bit of a but it's not something crazy. But this is something that Trading212 is currently lacking, and I do wish that they can actually update this. So we do have apps like eToro, which literally has a copy trader. You can literally copy, you know, person A and literally have the exact same thing as them. You literally lose money when they lose money, you gain money when they gain money. So some people would like this, some people would appreciate this. I wouldn't do it myself just because, again, I like doing my own thing. Now for the ugly, big fat ugly, big ugly, massive ugly. So this would simply be the fact that Trading212 is highly optimized for smartphone. That is a bonus, big bonus, but this means that in terms of laptop, it is extremely shocking. Sometimes I do want to go on my laptop to actually do my investing and just to check out more details and every single thing. And I've been investing for some time now, and up to this day, when I go onto the platform on, you know, laptop, I still don't understand it. And there's just some things I don't get. I'm trying to find some buttons, I'm trying to do certain things, and up till today I still don't know how to do it. So the actual version on laptop is just not really optimized. It's very hard to understand, it's very complicated, it's very weird, it's just not the one at all. So this is one thing that is really a bother for me, because yeah, I do love my phone, I like the simplicity, but sometimes I want the big screen, sometimes I want a bit more detail, sometimes I just want to do it on my laptop, and I literally cannot do it on my laptop just because it's just hard to understand. It's just a bit long. So this is one big ugly for me. It might not affect some of you might, you know, like it where it is, but yeah, no, most people do hate it, and I certainly hate the laptop version of this. Now that is all. Thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for being here again today. Of course, look out for a new video every single Sunday. Be sure to drop a like down below, be sure to subscribe, and if you do want any share worth up to £200, then be sure to use my link down below on FreeTrade, and you can get any share worth of £200. And on Trading212, don't forget you can also get any share worth up to £100. The link is down in the description below. Check out for a new video every single Sunday. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.